What's up, guys? Stas here. So it's about that time. We got the CPI data for August, and we're going to break that down in this video. Like you guys saw in the title, we're going to go over the data, how the stock market's reacting. You guys know the drill, so if y'all find value, hit the like button, make sure to subscribe. And of course, guys, don't forget to get up to 16 stocks for Moomoo, each up to $2,000. Use that link down below, or simply go to stassurfest.com/Moomoo, get your stocks. And with that being said, cheers, let's dive into it. So check it out. It's about 11:45 a.m. right now on the East Coast, and we have all the indexes except for the Russell in the green. The Russell's down about 0.4%, but other than that, we have the NASDAQ up 0.5%, the S&P's up 0.3%, and we have the Dow up around 0.1%, 0.2%, as the VIX is down almost 5%. You heard that right. The VIX is down again on the day, guys, almost 5%, as the metals right now are down a little bit. Well, silver is down about 1%, so down more than just a little bit. But gold's barely down about $2 an ounce, 0.1%. Let me see what oil's doing very quickly. Then we'll break down the data, how the markets are reacting, individual stocks that I'm looking at. So oil right now is pretty flat as well. You know, it's pretty much flat, up 0.2%, barely anything, up around 16 cents. So you guys can see when the CPI data came out at 8:30 a.m. on the East Coast. Let me pull this up and show you guys. We saw a lot of volatility, right? It went down to 444. SPY did, that is, which tracks the S&P 500. Then it went up to 446.50, then down to 445 again, then back up to 446, 447. Then once the markets open, we saw the big pump, right? We saw a move from 446 to almost 448, you guys can see. And we've been pretty much uptrending all day on SPY, which is good. Now we're actually at a fresh intraday high right now when I'm making this video. And Triple Q is pretty much the same thing, right? Triple Q opened up, you know, saw some volatility, a bit of selling when the CPI initially came out. But then, of course, it recovered. As you guys can see, we saw a nice pop at open, then followed by a pullback. But bulls came in. We held a higher low. Boom. You guys see that. And we ended up taking out the highs from earlier in the day. So the bulls are doing very well right now on SPY, on Triple Q. Again, the Dow's up. The Russell's the only one that's in the red, but overall, large caps out there are doing pretty well, which means the overall stock market in the grand scheme of things, at least today, is doing pretty well. So let me actually hop over here to the CPI data release. And by the way, you guys can find this pretty easily. Just go on Google and type in, you know, CPI data for August or whatever. It should pop up right there, but you don't have to, because we're doing it, or we're going to talk about it right now in this video. So the CPI, which stands for the Consumer Price Index for all urban consumers, rose 0.6% in August on a seasonally adjusted basis after increasing 0.2% in July. You heard that right. So we pretty much 3x'd from where we were last month. CPI did come up a good chunk. And over the last 12 months, the all items index increased 3.7% before the seasonal adjustment, right? And coming down here a little bit more, let's see what core is looking like. The index for all items less food and energy rose 0.3% in August, followed by a 0.2% increase in July. Indexes which increase in August include rent, owner's equivalent rent, motor vehicle insurance, medical care, and personal care. And we'll break down the categories here in a second, guys. But I think food and energy, or rather the core CPI, which is the all items index less food and energy, I think that was supposed to be 0.4%, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe I'm wrong on that. I forget exactly. Make sure you guys correct me down below. But if that was the case, it was supposed to be 0.4%, and we came in at 0.3. That's actually better than expected for core CPI. We want it to be lower than expected, right? That is good. Good news. And you guys can see, which is a little bit alarming in the short term, this is the 1 month percent change in CPI for all urban consumers, seasonally adjusted from August 2022 to August 2023, right? And this shows you that we just hit a fresh high on the CPI, which is pretty interesting. Last August, we had 0.2, and these are the monthly numbers, right? 0.2 last August, 0.4 in September, 0.5 October, right, last year. And the highest we've seen is 0.5 from October and January, and now we just hit 0.6 in August, and I do think it's supposed to come down in September. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it is supposed to come down. We'll see if I'm wrong on that. I got to double check, but I've seen some projections. But overall, that's what we're looking like right now, guys. Inflation has come up a good chunk from last month. Is it the end of the world? No, guys. On the annual number, it's still 3.7%. So it's still come down a lot from the 9% number or 10%, whatever the heck it was. So it's still come down a lot, but it is creeping up. Keep that in mind month over month. So these are the different categories. Let me just skim through this very quickly, guys. We don't have to spend too much time on this, but let me see what categories declined or inclined increased dramatically from the last month. So it looks like gasoline, my goodness, guys, it was 0.2% in July, 10.6% in August, man. Holy crap. So that came up a lot. Energy commodities came up a lot from 0.3 in July to 10.5% in August. That's a very big spike there. Let's see. Anything else notable? It looks like in July, fuel oil was 3%. In August, it was 9.1%. So that pretty much tripled up on the month, which is interesting. Let's see. Anything else? Utility went down a little bit. All right. Not worth mentioning, though. But yeah, pretty much everything else, guys, month over month seems like it's pretty stable. Nothing crazy in terms of increases or decreases. Really, the main ones are fuel oil, gasoline, and energy commodities, which is why I've been talking about here on this channel. I've been pretty bullish on energy. I think energy prices, the stocks, I think they could go a lot higher from here. I think oil in general, arguably could go higher from here. We'll see. That is a bet that I'm making. And the data looks like, it's clear that these prices are going up. Fuel oil, gasoline, energy commodities. The proof is in the pudding, right, guys? So let me show you all some movers right now. What's going on as it is around, what time is it? 11:50 right now. And by the way, if you guys have not gotten up to 16 stocks yet for Moomoo, the sponsor of today's video, what are you waiting for? Use that link down below. Once you open up your account and fund it with the initial $100 deposit, you get 5 stocks right off the bat, and fund it with at least $1,000, you get 10 more stocks, totaling 15 stocks. And mind you, guys, each of those could be valued up to $2,000, and fund your account at least $5,000 for a limited time. You also get a free share of either Google stock or Tesla stock, which makes this promo a no-brainer. So get on it. Use that link down below. And with that being said, guys, let's talk about these other stocks. And full disclosure, that is an affiliate link. It does help out the channel. I appreciate you guys for the support as always. Without you, really, this channel would not be possible. Without you guys watching, subscribing, supporting, it wouldn't be possible. I appreciate you all as always. So let's see what's going on. Again, all the indexes are in the green except for the Russell, and we have a couple movers here, guys. Funny enough, AMC is up on the day, which I'm tired of talking about AMC, guys. This thing has just been in the gutter. I think the management team, Adam Aaron, we all know what's going on. I've mentioned this before time and time again. They have completely screwed the investor base, right? They've completely screwed the AMC following, the cult following, whatever you want to call it, the apes, whatever you want to call them. He screwed them, no doubt. Now we're at all-time lows, everything going on with AMC. So, I'm tired of talking about it, to be honest. I might make more videos on it if we do see some crazy movement, maybe, or some news that comes out. But as of now, man, it is looking rough for AMC. All-time low, not looking pretty, even though it's up on the day. It's up 6% on the day, which is great. But we're still at an all-time low, which I'm not a big fan of, obviously, at all. HE, which is Hawaiian Electric, this one's slowly starting, not breaking out yet. It's not starting to break out, but it's consolidating, and, it's been doing that for a couple of weeks. Maybe it's starting to get ready for a breakout towards the 180 SMA on the 4-hour chart, maybe $20, $23 per share. That could be where we're going, right? Let me show you this. Let me draw this out so you can see it, but this is very risky still. Keep in mind, guys, so it could go either way. For all we know, we might consolidate for a little bit more, meet up with that moving average, then get rejected and start to go down under $10 again. That's a big risk. That's a very real risk here with Hawaiian Electric. HE's the ticker that you got to keep in mind. Keep that in mind. And don't say I didn't tell you so if we do get rejected again and start dumping down. But either way, I'm watching that. AMD is also making a decent move on the day, but not breaking out yet of that channel, so I'm not too excited for AMD quite yet. Let me see what else here, guys. Applied Materials, Adobe. These are a couple other ones that are making a move. I think Adobe's set to report earnings today, right, guys? Yeah, they're set to report, and I believe they're pretty not oversold, like crazy oversold. Actually, no, they're tomorrow after the bell. Either way, their stock is down about, let's see, 10, 15 bucks. Actually, no, 20 bucks. From where it was recently, so that's about 3.5%. Boo freaking who, right? But in the pre-market today, guys, it was at 540, which means it was down almost 6% from recent highs, which is pretty interesting, right? On the 4-hour chart, you guys can see we're above the 180 SMA, 50 SMA. So let's see what happens with Adobe heading into earnings tomorrow, guys. It is at the top of my watch list. So what do you all think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe to this channel. I appreciate you all for tuning in as always. And don't forget to follow me on Twitter, guys, or X, whatever you want to call it, at Stas Talk Stocks, or just type in StasSurFest. I'm verified on Twitter, guys. So you'll find me on there. Make sure to follow me. And with that being said, cheers. I'll catch you guys later.